Hello everyone, First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. I was trying to sort out a couple of technical difficulties a little bit earlier today, and that's why I'm a little late with this evening update. Thank you so much for your patience. Now we've seen, as our weather cam is showing, we're currently seeing some wind gusts in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and we'll continue seeing some of those winds in the northern areas of our region heading into the night. So it's going to be a little breezy these next couple of hours. So again, thanks for joining us. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. And basically, I'm first alerting you to those wind gusts heading into tonight. We'll see wind gusts continuing in the northern areas over the next several hours, and temperatures are also dropping as we head into the overnight hours, which means we are not only looking at some strong westerly winds, but those westerly winds will make the temperatures that we're expecting for tonight feel much cooler. And in fact, that's why we have a First Alert weather day that will continue into Monday morning. Now, I'll go over that First Alert weather day in just a second, but let's recap what's happened over the weekend. The main story is not just the winds, but also the rain. Between yesterday night and Sunday morning, this Sunday morning, we saw over an inch of rain in some places. Boston, Minnesota saw about 1.14 inches of rain. That's the highest rain total seen today versus around 1 inch in Ada. At our station out at Valley News Live, we recorded about 93 hundredths of an inch, about 9/10 of an inch of rain at the station in Fargo. So we saw about an inch of rain in parts of our region. Most of the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota, on average, saw about half an inch of rain to an inch of rain. So we saw plenty of rain pushing through as we moved through the day. Now I'm going to get right to the forecast. So again, just looking at our rain totals, we saw about an inch of rain in some places. And on top of the rain, we also had those strong wind gusts. Look at this. We saw wind gusts up to 46 miles per hour in Fargo this afternoon. We saw a wind gust of 44 out in Grafton, 41 in Grand Forks versus 32 in Monoman. So it was very windy today, and we still have some wind advisories in effect for the Red River Valley that will expire within the next hour and 22 minutes. Now, I mentioned that we have that First Alert weather day continuing into Monday morning, and that's because we're not just First Alert tracking some strong wind gusts, but it will also lead to some wind chills in the northern areas of our region. So it's going to feel much colder than we're actually expecting. Now let's go a little bit more in depth with it. Like I said, wind gusts will be above 30 miles per hour in parts of our region overnight into Monday morning, and that will lead to wind chills in the 20s. So even though the air temperature will actually be in the mid-30s, wind chills will feel more like the 20s, so it will feel below freezing because of those wind gusts coming into our region. The threat will be greatest in the Devil's Lake Basin and Northern Valley. Currently seeing wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour in Devil's Lake and Langdon versus 24 miles per hour in Jamestown and 29 in Oaks. So it's very windy out there currently. And we're also First Alert tracking some rain showers approaching the Red River Valley from out west. These rain showers will continue moving east, and by midnight, they should be out of our region altogether. Expanding the picture a little bit, the reason why we're looking at some of those scattered showers is because of this low pressure system centered to the north of Winnipeg and its cold front draped across the region. As the front pushes east, the front combined with what's known as a pressure gradient, where you have differences in pressure between one location and another, higher pressure gradients lead to stronger winds. We're looking at some of those strong winds continuing tonight. So as this low continues moving east-northeast, we'll see some of those strong winds continuing in the Northern Valley. As a result, wind advisories are in effect for the Red River Valley until 8 p.m. For parts of the James River Valley and the westernmost counties of our region until midnight, and they'll continue in the Devil's Lake Basin until 4 a.m. So the Devil's Lake Basin is under a wind advisory until 4 a.m., and that's because over the next several hours we could see gusts staying at up to 50 miles per hour in those areas. So we could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour in the Devil's Lake Basin over the next several hours, which could make driving difficult and may blow around any unsecured outdoor items. So let me show you what I mean on our wind gust planner here. Over the next several hours, wind gusts will be in the 30 to 45 mile per hour range in northeast North Dakota. So by around midnight, we could see a wind gust up to 41 miles per hour in Langdon versus 37 miles per hour in Rolla. Meanwhile, the Fargo-Moorhead area will see those winds subsiding. So by midnight, the winds are subsiding in areas south of I-94. We're just looking at a standard breeze in areas south of I-94 by midnight. But if you're out in the Northern Valley, northeast North Dakota, northwest Minnesota, gusts will remain at or above 30 miles per hour. And we'll see those wind gusts sticking around up until about 6 to 7 o'clock, at which point the winds will die down at the international border. So just to recap, if you're out in the Northern Valley or northeast North Dakota, northwest Minnesota, you're looking at a strong breeze pushing into the area up until late Monday morning when the winds subside. Now, morning temperatures will be in the mid-30s out in northeast North Dakota, upper 30s in northwest Minnesota and the Red River Valley. So looking at 39 in Fargo versus 35 in Langdon. And because of morning temperatures being in the mid-30s, that means the wind chill will be much lower. In fact, looking at our wind chill forecast, by around 3 to 4 a.m., wind chills will be in the upper 20s in the Devil's Lake Basin versus 33 in Grand Forks, 39 in Fargo. And wind chills will get lower still as we head into late Monday morning. Look at this. By around 7 o'clock, we could see a wind chill of 27 in Devil's Lake versus 24 in Langdon, versus the low 30s in the Southern Valley. So even in the Southern Valley, where the actual air temperature will be in the upper 30s, it'll feel more like the freezing point. It'll literally be freezing out there. You will want to wear a coat for the morning commute. Make sure to bundle up, wear a couple of layers. It won't be until after 10 a.m. that wind chills climb back above freezing and we see improvements across a region. Now, speaking of chilly temperatures, we actually do have a couple of counties in our region, such as Rowlett and Wells counties that are under a freeze warning, and Brown County, South Dakota, under a frost advisory, as temperatures will dip at or below freezing in much of central and western North Dakota and parts of South Dakota, which will mean keep an eye on those plants that are outside. Keep an eye on the crops to make sure that they're protected from the cold if you're out in central North Dakota. So let's recap everything so far. First alert tracking strong wind gusts in the northern areas of our region overnight into Monday morning, and at the same time air temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s. So if you're in northeast North Dakota or northwest Minnesota, you're under that first alert weather day until late Monday morning, because wind chills will be in the 20s in those locations. So definitely make sure to bundle up. Besides the active pattern continuing to Monday morning, we're also looking at rain chances for the rest of the work week. Monday afternoon will be sunny skies, no rain anticipated, but we are first alert tracking an unsettled weather pattern that will bring some repeated opportunities for rain throughout the week. Starting on Tuesday afternoon and evening, then some more rain between Wednesday evening and Friday evening, so a late week rain chance. Let's go over our Tuesday first. Now, like I said, Monday is looking fantastic. Plenty of sunshine. Go out and enjoy the nice weather if you can. But overnight and Tuesday morning, cloud cover will build back into a region. And by late Tuesday morning, we start seeing some scattered rain showers pushing into the southern areas of our region. So the central and southern portions of our region will see some light rain at times. Other areas will stay dry because of the scattered nature of the showers. But the point is, don't be surprised if you see some raindrops on Tuesday afternoon and evening. By late Tuesday evening, though, the rain is pushing out of our region. Then we get our next opportunity for some rain late Wednesday evening, when we see some rain lifting in from the south, pushing into our region throughout Thursday morning and afternoon as this complex low pressure system makes its way from the south into the northern plains. So we're looking at on again, off again rain chances throughout Thursday, even into Friday morning and afternoon. And then we get a brief break from the rain Friday evening, but some models suggest we will see some rain showers rolling back in on Saturday as wraparound moisture from that low pushes into our region. So let's, looking at a very active midweek ahead of us. Definitely keep the umbrella on standby. Now, what about temperatures? We'll be in the upper 40s to low 50s for tomorrow afternoon, and then Tuesday afternoon we'll be in the low 50s. And then we'll climb back into the upper 50s to low 60s between Wednesday and Friday. So we will warm back up as we get towards the latter half of the week when that low pressure system makes its way into a region. So we do warm up briefly. And then temperatures will kind of stay above normal over the next few days. But by the third weekend of October, heading into next week, temperatures are back to normal, basically, just a couple of degrees at or above normal, which since our average high is around 52 by the fourth week of October, that means the fourth week of October will feel like the fall season. And this is a case both for Fargo and in Grand Forks. Temperatures will be just a few degrees above normal this week and maybe next week too. But just let's recap everything. So let's recap everything. We have that first alert weather day that continues up until late Monday morning because we're first alert tracking strong wind gusts coming in from the west out in northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota until mid-Monday morning, and combined with air temperatures being in the mid to upper 30s in the northern areas of our region. That means if you're in northeast North Dakota, northwest Minnesota, wind chills will be in the 20s. Make sure to bundle up, wear a couple of layers, and definitely keep the VNN First Alert Weather Wrap on standby. Then we're first alert tracking rain showers between Tuesday and Friday. So you'll want the umbrella on standby too. And all the while, temperatures will basically be at or just a few degrees above normal. In other words, we're looking at a seasonable weather pattern this week and next week. Now I'm going to get off of here, but I will be back on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, so be sure to tune in to watch both shows. In the meantime, be safe out there and have a good work week.